Welcome to Charlottesville, Mr. Jefferson's University, the University of Virginia, where fans have been flooding the ground since early this morning. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Virginia Cavaliers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Cavaliers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Pittsburgh's offense will start this game off. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
First down here for the offense. Power football with the run. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
This guy, they better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. They'll try the outside to the left. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Gets it out fast. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On 1st and goal, let's see what Pitt does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
He's knocked down at the 7-yard line. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Firing to the right, complete. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
I think they tried to slip into that tight end really quickly and get him the football and create some space and maybe try to make a play, but the defense said no, there is nowhere to go. Defense actually gets him for a loss.
Quarterback will audible. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Virginia's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
And they will score. Touchdown, Panthers. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by 7 over Duke. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Movement here from the tight end. The give to the tailback. Smashes through.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Fast motion from the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. And the Cavaliers are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down. Getting some heat. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he slides after picking up the 1st down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the back. At the 45, on his way. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The pull and throw off the RPO.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. And the field goal unit is on the field. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Davey, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Spins away from the defense. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the 1st. He'll do it himself. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try to pick up the 1st. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. These corners going to give these receivers some space. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. The give to the back. Just destroying his way through the field.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking to throw on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. And the Cavaliers decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. Unloads to the right. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Charlottesville. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at the Carl Smith Center in Scott Stadium.
Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking, very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The ball is free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. Safe completion on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. A third and long coming up here. Looking to throw. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the ball out a few inches more, and he would have picked up the first down. It was a great individual effort there on third down, getting back a bunch of yards, and now they're in a position to go for it here on fourth.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, they get the first down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe area right now in their opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Second down.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Here's the handoff. They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The give to the single back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that.
And it's slipped out. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Pitt right back to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And the punishment has been extended. This is like a baseball pitcher that you can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Cavaliers will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
On second down, he'll let it fly. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Panthers want to move quickly.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Caught. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. They want to just keep throwing it. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
He's looking for a man on second down. He caught it. Touchdown, Panthers. And the pummeling has started. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They want to run it left here. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd. A little screen to the running back. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party gift, a late touchdown. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So it, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football.
Oh, look out! The 40! And what a huge play for this offense after that great run. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The late hit moves the ball up 15 yards. And you have to try to apply heat to the quarterback, but you have to know when it's too much. The roughing the passer penalty gives him a 1st down. The snap sets up to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got on this drive with that big sack.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They'll immediately call timeout.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
As they come to the line, they've moved it, but they need 1 more yard on 3rd down. Touchdown, Panthers! And the route is on. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
and it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was